Now, I don't just consider myself to be a real estate investor. I consider myself to be a creative real estate investor. That's the key word, a creative real estate investor. And one of the reasons why I love the creative side of real estate investing is because of the purpose behind why we do what we do as creative real estate investors. I want to say that again. One of the reasons why I love the creative aspect of real estate investing is because of the purpose. The purpose. What is the purpose? Well, for me, and I want you to catch this because this is a part of a lesson that I teach my students, and I'm actually hosting an upcoming workshop that you might want to get in on regarding creative real estate investing. But for me, creative real estate investing is all about solving problemos. For me. Now, the reason why I can qualify the importance of what I'm referring to as a purpose behind creative real estate investing is because I've been a real estate consultant for conventional real estate investors for a long time. I've worked with them, and a lot of them are just black and white metrics, dollars, paperwork, contracts, and it really has nothing to do or little to do with people and whatever their problems are. And if there are problems involved in the deal with a lot of conventional real estate investors, the problems are just things that they're solving to make more money. All right. Most of the creative real estate investors that I know and that I've been around have a high level of empathy, a high level of compassion and connectivity to solving problems that people have. Now, there are so many niches within the creative real estate space, but the basis of your creative real estate investing should be to solve problems. All right? I want you to write that down if you're taking notes, okay? Creative real estate investing is all about, listen to this, solving problems for sellers, solving problems for buyers, solving problems for tenants, and solving problems for partners, all of whom will play a role in every deal. So if you're able to figure out how to become empathetic, compassionate, and connected to people enough to help solve the problems of those that are involved, particularly those who are selling their properties, those who may buy the property from you, or tenants who will rent the properties from you, and perhaps the partners who will loan money and do deals with you. If you can figure out how to solve problems, you're going to be an extraordinary creative real estate investor. Now, the next point that I want to make before we end this video is that solving problems requires the ability to do a few things, right? So it requires the ability to find what we may call pain points, and it requires the ability to find what we may call PowerPoints of everyone involved and understand them as motivations for wanting to do a deal. So let me explain this to you. When you approach people regarding a real estate deal, these people are going to have problems, okay? Those people are sellers, they're going to have problems. Potential buyers, they're going to have problems. Tenants are going to have problems. Partners are going to have problems. Can we agree on that? All of them got problems. They don't have the same problems, okay? Their problems will be made up of either pain points or PowerPoints, both of which turn into the motivations they have to want to be a part of the deal. So if we need to kind of unpack that and dissect it a little bit, let's do it for the purpose of clarification. Sellers. Some sellers have pain points. They might be in foreclosure. They might just got through a divorce. They may had a loss of a family member. They may have to move, job transfer, whatever the situation is. That's a pain point. It's like, oh my God, I got to do something, and I got to do something quick. Some sellers, I've seen it, don't have pain points necessarily. They have power points. In other words, they're trying to save on taxes. They're trying to kick the tax can down the road. They don't want to get stuck with capital gains taxes. It could be so many things that motivate them that are not necessarily pain points. Negatively, they could be power points. So you have to take those into considerations. Buyers, of course, they may have pain points. They may have power points. There are some buyers who need to buy because they have a tax issue, right? Same as sellers. Some buyers may have money that they just need to put in a deal that's been sitting because they have partners or private money lenders that's dependent on them. Some buyers may just be in a situation where they just have to have somewhere to stay for them and for their family. They might have just relocated into the area. You're selling a house because you just bought the house from a seller, all right? You have tenants who have pain points. Most of the time, they ain't got power points as much as they got pain points because they need somewhere to stay. It could be tenants who could potentially buy it through a lease purchase, or it could be tenants who just want to rent it because they can't get an apartment for whatever the reasons are. Then you have partners. Partners might have pain points. They need money. They need more money. They need their money to make money for them. Or it could just be power points where they don't want to have their money sitting in the bank. They're not necessarily strapped for cash and in need of money because they may have other business, but they just don't want their money making a couple percentages. They want to be able to loan it to you so that you can do it. So I want you to understand, when you're able to have the empathy and the compassion and the connectivity to these people who are all going to be tied to this piece of real estate that you have found and identified, that you're running numbers on and you're comping and you're trying to purchase, all of them are going to have pain points and power points that will translate into, they will convert into motivations. And that's why I said creative real estate investing is really about solving problems. And those problems, depending on how big they are, they have a lot to do to determine how much money you make.